As a kid, I had some Resident Evil games for the GameCube. I definitely had Resident Evil 4. I think I also had Resident Evil 0 and Nemesis. I might have only had one of those, but I don't remember where my old games are, so c'est la vie. Anyway, I never beat them back then, but I did play them a fair amount, and I just have memories of the way those games felt, the way they used to look and feel. Fast forward to Switch 2, we've built out the backlog, and part of the co-op backlog was Resident Evil 5, which I played through with the homie. And Resident Evil 5 felt like the games I remembered. The suspense, the art direction, the gameplay, the storytelling, and all of that was a very cool experience, especially on the Switch 2 where the game's port reaped a lot of benefits. Gyroscopic aiming, 60 FPS, a stable resolution, and a slew of quality of life. In every meaningful way, this was my first playthrough of a Resident Evil game from start to finish, and it was a really good one. Because for me personally, it felt true to form to what I had remembered about the series, even if my experience was limited. So it wasn't necessarily that it felt nostalgic, but it felt fitting. Now, I start with all that because from what I understand, Resident Evil 5, 6, and Revelations 1 and 2 are the co-op Resident Evils and are heralded for that. But specifically, because of everything I just mentioned, 5 feels like it might be the culmination of the quote-unquote classic Resident Evils. And I'll taper my words here because I'm still actually playing through 6 with the homie, but 6 feels like a bit of a departure from those memories that I had of the earlier Resident Evil games, which to me is not a good or a bad thing so far. It's just different, right? It feels different. The art direction is slightly different, the gameplay and pacing, the storytelling. There's some shakeups in all of those departments to me, which again is a note that's fed by memory, but it's a feeling I can't fight nonetheless. Now, with this not actually being a Resident Evil 6 video, I want to say that Resident Evil 5 is a great jumping off point for that reason. If you can convince a homie or a homie can convince you to pick it up, it's got online co-op, it's not super long, you can get it for pretty cheap when it goes on sale, and it's just a really solid game. I'll say that it's definitely not an expect the unexpected situation, where if you know anything about Resident Evil, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. There's puzzles to solve, there's zombies to shoot, etc. But execution oftentimes is more than enough. And I think Resident Evil 5 executes really well on being exactly what it is, which is a certified action horror adventure. Convince a friend to play with you, you'll have a blast. Thanks for watching.